Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Karma Smoot and this is Mila Irene Smoot. Today I'm going to be telling you guys about my labor and delivery story, but since this is my first video, I want to go ahead and start out by telling you guys just a little bit about me. I am 19 years old, I am married, and I got married May 11th of this year. I got pregnant whenever I was 18 years old. I will be 20 May 15th of this next year, so I am a young mom and I love it. So yeah, that's just, kind of about me, not too much, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started with how my pregnancy was. I had a really easy pregnancy. I didn't get any morning sickness at all, no pain. The only thing that really kind of worried me during my pregnancy is my legs would kind of swell up, but that wasn't like a big deal or anything like that. I was very tiny. I didn't have a belly until I was about 7 to 8 months pregnant. So I was a tiny pregnant lady, and I lost my pregnancy weight pretty fast. A lot of people say that you can't even tell that I had a baby, which you can't, and I'm so blessed for. So yeah, I had a really easy pregnancy, so there's not a lot to say whenever I was pregnant. Whenever I went into labor, I was 40 weeks and 6 days, so she was 6 days late. It was on a Saturday, and I had her on a Sunday. I was in labor for 12 hours. I had thought, I've been back and forth to the hospital 3 different times, and I've been having really bad contractions for a week straight, and I was in a lot of pain the last week of my pregnancy. And I was also getting really impatient because I'm a really impatient person, and it was past my due date. So I was just ready to have her, and I was so anxious to see her and to meet her and just to love all over her. And I just wanted to see her. I just wanted to meet her. So that was making me have more pain just because I really wanted to get her out. I was doing anything and everything to naturally induce myself. I tried castor oil, which was awful. I don't support that, so don't try castor oil if you are in a big hurry to, go into labor. It may work for some people, but it did not work for me. I tried it twice. I was also told to bounce on a pregnancy ball, I guess they call it. That's what I called it. So I bounced on it for 3 weeks, every day, every night, and it didn't really, I don't think it really did anything for me. I did lots of walking. I think that honestly stopped my labor a bunch of times because every time I would have contractions, and I would get up and move and take long walks, my contractions would slow down. I actually thought that my water had broke one night that Branson and I were on a walk, but it turned out that it was my mucus plug. That night we actually did go to the hospital, and we were there from 11:30, 12 at night to 6 o'clock in the morning. So we were there for a while, and they thought that I was actually going to be in active labor. So they kept me there, and then once they checked me again, I wasn't progressing any, so they ended up sending me home. I was doing lots of walking in the hospital, so it did end up slowing, my contractions did end up slowing down that night. So the next day I actually had a doctor's appointment, and whenever we got back that morning, my mom, she stayed with us and went to my doctor's appointment with me, and my OB doctor, she checked me, and I progressed 1.5 centimeters. So just by sleeping and not doing anything at all, it actually helped me. So I don't think that moving a lot for me helped me go into labor. I think my body just wanted to relax because I was doing so much stuff to induce myself. So we went to my doctor's appointment the next day, and she stripped my membranes just to see if that would work. I had my membranes stripped twice, and that didn't work either. So the only thing that really worked for me was raspberry tea. I went home that day for my doctor's appointment, and I drank raspberry tea every day until up to the day that I had her. So I went into labor the next day of my doctor's appointment due to my water leaking. It was that Saturday. I called my mother-in-law because it happened to her with my husband Branson. She was leaking whenever she had him, so she knew all about it, and she told me to call my doctor. So I decided to wait a little bit because I had already been to the hospital twice and I didn't want to have to be sent home again. And I wanted to make sure that I was in active labor before I went into the hospital. So my parents came over and they took us out to lunch, and they took us to Chili's. Funny story, that is where my mom went into labor with me, and I was 5 days late whenever my mom had me. My mom thought it would be cool if she just took us out to lunch for Chili's because we had already knew that I was going, I was having contractions, and she was hoping that it would kick me into labor. And I told my mom about it, and she told me that after we got back from lunch just to go ahead and call my doctor. So whenever we got back to my place, I called my doctor. I told her what was going on, and she told me to go ahead and come in. So we went in and I got tested to see if my water actually did break, and it turns out that it was broken. Thankfully, I was so happy, but I started to get really nervous, and so did Branson. My mom was very excited. We called everyone and told them, like, hey, I'm in active labor, so you can go ahead and come to the hospital. I had 5 people in the room whenever I had her, so that was really stressful, but, I'm glad that everyone got to see it. It was my mom, my sister, his mom, and my sister-in-law. So they all got to see it and experience it, which was really cool. And I also had my best friend Julian on FaceTime because I would not let her miss it for the world. If she were able to be there, she would have definitely been in the room, but she was out of state. So we got her on FaceTime. And it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. The whole labor part was really stressful. The delivery part was, it was better. While I was at the hospital and in labor, after they got me the medicine and put me on the epidural, because I did decide to get the epidural, everything got stressful from there because the medicine gave me the shakes, and I didn't think that it was a medicine. I just thought it was me. I didn't think that I could stop shaking. And that's an awful feeling whenever you can't control your body, so that was stressing me out. And another thing, they thought that I was going to have a C-section, and that was one of my biggest fears with having a baby, was going into an emergency C-section. I seen it happen with my sister, and ever since then, it just freaked me out. I did not want that to happen to me. And they made me sign the papers and everything, which I'm pretty sure they make everyone do just for safety precautions. But at that time, I wasn't really thinking about it, and it was freaking me out. I was very stressed, and they thought that I was going to have to go into a C-section because, for one, every time I would have a contraction, her heart rate would slow down, and she wasn't facing up like she was supposed to. Whenever they come out, they're supposed to be facing up, and she was facing down. She was head down, but she just wasn't facing up right like she was supposed to. And every time I would have a contraction, she would try and turn, but her heart rate would slow down, so that would stop her. And they were getting really worried about that. And then she also pooped in the womb. I didn't know about that until the day after I had her. They told my husband about it because they didn't want to stress me out even more, because they can tell that I was already so stressed out. But everything turned out fine, and I didn't have to go into a C-section. She finally turned upwards like she was supposed to. I had her at 7:23 a.m. on that Sunday morning, and she weighed 6 pounds 8 ounces, and she was 20.5 inches long. So she was super small. Whenever she came out easy. It was amazing. It was the best feeling in the entire world. As soon as she came out, they put her on my chest, and they try to get you to breastfeed, and she latched as soon as possible. So that was amazing to be able to get to experience that. And I still breastfeed to this day, so I'm super blessed for that. She was a really easy baby. She didn't cry that much. She slept through the night, not at the hospital. She would wake up, of course, because she was cluster feeding and things like that. But once we got her home, like the next week or so, she started sleeping through the night. She would only wake up, once, maybe around 6 o'clock in the morning. And she did that for about 2.5 months, and now she's starting to wake up, every 3 to 4 hours, which isn't too bad, I'm not complaining. I'm very thankful that I didn't have to go into a C-section. I'm so thankful that she came out as easy as she did, and I'm thankful for all the support that I have. I have amazing support from my family and his family as well. I'm super blessed for that, and I couldn't be any more thankful. She is an amazing baby. I love being a mom. She will be 3 months on December 2nd. She was born September 2nd of 2018. I'm pretty sure that she's teething now, which is crazy to me. I didn't think that they would start teething at this age. But yeah, I guess my nephew, he got teeth at 3 months old, which I don't think is going to happen to her, but she is starting to teeth. She's got that fussiness to her. She started running a fever the other day, which really freaked me out, of course, because new mom. So, but she's doing fine now, and she's awesome. I love her so much. I love being a mom. I love being a young mom. It does get stressful at times, but, you know, it's amazing. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And that's all that I have for today. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and comment below what other videos you guys think that I should film. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.